Hey, what's up, guys? We're back again in the Evolution Mayhem Challenge, and I'm going to showcase the best decks to play, and I'll have 4 different decks that you can choose from, whether your skill level is at the top tier and you want to mess around and have fun, or maybe you're just like a cycle fanatic and love spamming cycle decks. I'll have a higher skill strategy, and I'll also have a very low skill, bottom of the barrel. If you're one of the worst players in the game, this will probably work for you if you spam successfully. Let's get into it and show you guys what's up. We are going to be jumping right into the swing of things, and hopefully y'all can all collect this emote because that thing is amazing. So this is essentially a regular Clash Royale challenge, but you get 4 cards that are evolved. So the way that I see it is you want to be using decks that use 4 cards, and you want to cycle those 4 cards as frequently as possible. And the other cards that are in your deck, they're more cards that you use as a function of utility. They're not really something that you want to be playing frequently. So for instance, arrows are phenomenal at removing other evolutions. If they get an evolved card, it's good. Minions, nice anti-air defense. Maybe a prince paired with a Mega Knight or a lumberjack actually put in work. Do I really want to drop Dark Goblin on defense? Yes. Do I really want to go in for minions on defense? Not really. Kind of want to use the evolutions as much as you can. Goblin Gang, great distraction. It's not really something I want to do, but it's there for value if I need to. So I'm just going to explain it as we go. We got 4 decks to break through. We're going to be showcasing the easiest one for here first. So if you're just watching the video right now, you can play this. Dagger Duchess is typically what the top level players play with this. And we're going to solidly cycle our Lumberjack in the back. A little bit risky to do this because you don't get an evolution easily with the Lumberjack. It's going to take a couple cycles. And also the other downside about it is when you go for a Lumberjack, it could activate King Tower for the opponent. So I wouldn't recommend most people to do that. In this specific situation, we're going to be playing this a little bit differently. I am going to go Goblin Gang on the other side. It's also not necessarily the best bet. Can't cycle my minions, though, because we don't know if he's going to have a balloon deck. The fact of the matter is, if this guy decides to spam me, he's probably going to get a decent trade. I'm also going to likely get wall breakers down here to go and pull. And then I'm going to have to go and cycle our Inferno Dragon counter with minions if I'm able to. It's still going to be risky. I might not be able to get it down in time. We'll have to wait and see. The prince is on the tower too, so I think I'm okay. Never mind. Bro froze me. It's all gone to dust. I think I should have cycled the minions like in the back, so he would have been able to freeze both things at once. It's totally fine. It is what it is. Sometimes that stuff happens. You know, that's the how you roll the dice in Clash. This is what it happens. I'm going to go for either Goblin Gang split. I think that's probably better since we have a couple Spear Goblins going left side. That will take a lot of damage on the tower, putting him into spell range if he ignores it. Otherwise, we're in a good spot to solidly cycle our prince. I usually don't do that, but I'm going to also go wall breakers anyway, so might as well see if we can get some damage with that. The fact is, bro is pulling in with a NATO, which isn't good for him at all. And we can go in for a lumberjack here because he'd be down a lot of elixir, and this is the evolution. So if again, it's anywhere near the tower, it will deal a lot more damage. I can get a Dark Goblin down here as well, and I love the fact that the monk is going to get eaten away. The only downside here is we don't have the wall breakers evolution just yet, so we need those to guarantee the breakthrough. If the Dark Goblin hits the tower once, still not enough. We need a couple arrows. If you hold down the card, you're going to see that we have 93. 93 times 2 is definitely more than what he has there, so we should be able to take the tower with a bit of an overkill, which is nice to see. I don't plan on having to use it, but we'll have to wait and see if this guy's going to make me. I think I can just throw down a Mega Knight, let the Electro Dragon expire, and I think one of the major downsides of this deck is you don't have a good way of killing Electro Dragon. However, he also doesn't have a phenomenal way of stopping me if I just use my Evolved Dark Goblin and get the Prince on the tower. That'd be awesome. If it doesn't happen, it's still okay. We're going to get some Wall Breakers damage here, throw down another Lumberjack, get the Goblin Gang on the left side. He's not going to get the Electro Dragon evolution down in time, and that Lumberjack is going for blood. Hell yeah. If you can spam both sides simultaneously, a lot of the times your opponent won't have enough elixir to keep up with you. If he does anything, we have Dark Goblin still, so we're still in a very good spot. Mega Knight will knock this back, so we're chilling. I think that we're going to be able to defend this rather easily. Mega Knight evolution is just one of the more brainless, brain rot strategies in Clash. That's kind of why I wanted to show it as the first deck of the day. You can't win every game that you play, but when you got Mega Knight, you can always make comebacks, even if the game looks a little bit spicy. Even if you look like you lost the first game, you can always come back, you know? That's just how it is. So we'll jump into another game with the deck. We'll play a couple of them, and we'll go. Hey, what's up, guys? Jake, how are you consistently so good as a person? I'm not. I didn't play that well in the last game, man. Could have played better, you know? I could have dropped my minions in the correct spot and not got finessed by a balloon, but it is what it is, right? We're trying to get better out here every time that we play in these challenges. I do optimize decks. You guys can have higher chances of success. And also, one thing that I have done is I took top ladder decks, and these are some of the best decks in the world, and I just made sure that I played decks that have the opportunity to show more evolutions. So that's just the only difference really here. This Goblin gang kind of sucks. I might get cooked by this mini P.E.K.K.A. I don't think I've ever really seen a mini P.E.K.K.A. witch deck, so the fact that we're playing into it right now is making me kind of quiver. It's not looking good, guys. This is looking rather really dicey. So I might have just lost because bros had mini P.E.K.K.A. plus witch, which is very mid-ladder. If we lose this, we will switch to some of the other decks because I did not expect to see that. Man, this went downhill south real soon. So I don't know. It does happen when, you know, mini P.E.K.K.A. comes out full force. I wish I cycled the Mega Knight more so in the back, and it would have still got killed by the mini P.E.K.K.A. I don't know. I think giant mini P.E.K.K.A. might not be a good matchup for this deck. But I haven't seen giant mini P.E.K.K.A. ever. Like, literally ever. It is what it is. Like, you kind of want the Mega Knight evolution to knock things back. It's still fine, though. Still very comebackable. It's not necessarily a word that you guys have ever really heard before, but comebackable is a word that we would use to describe our situation. I'm going to Mega Knight on the Evolved Witch, and that should be good. Should be able to kill it. And the good thing is, the Lumberjack will be able to tank for the mini P.E.K.K.A. for a little bit of time. But again, I just don't want to play against mini P.E.K.K.A. right now, man. It's so darn good into my deck. Like, makes me a little bit of a sad sir to see that. Anyway, it is what it is. I will make do with what we got, but the mini P.E.K.K.A. is killing our Mega Knight. And when that Mega Knight dies, we're not really going to be able to push here. Also, Evolve Witch into your regular Mega Knight is not that bad, but your Evolved Mega Knight knocks it back, so it's kind of rough. Also, totally seasoned spot for him. He is dropping his Elite Barbarians. He's an Elite Barbarian menace to society. We'll be able to take the tower, though, I think. Honestly, not terrible. We can do this, and then go here, and then maybe defend if we're lucky. Doesn't look like we're that lucky, though. I think we sack the tower, and then we try to trade towers, kind of. Not entirely, but kind of is what I'm trying to say. Because I can get a Goblin gang down here. The Lumberjack will take the tower, and maybe I can go for the 3 crown. That's what I'm going for at this point. I need to take way more. This is not looking good, though. Honestly, mini P.E.K.K.A. was the death of me in this game, and I am shook. So, for me, this is the brain rot strategy that is very easy to play. But I guess sometimes you will get countered by a random freaking mini P.E.K.K.A. giant. So, that is not something that I experienced before. It is what happened. It is what it is. We'll play some other deck. Commentary's on point this morning. Practicing for CRL 2025? Nah. I don't really do CRL commentary. I'm not a huge fan of it. Anyway, this is the easier brain rot deck. I guess there is a weakness there. Another strategy that you could do is use the meat and potatoes of the Executioner and the Evolved Valkyrie. These cards are S tier. They're really, really good. Well, I guess this is Executioner is like an A tier or B tier. Still really good at card. It's solid evolution to choose. Valkyrie is like top 5 evolutions in the game. So if you're spamming a bit of a higher skill deck, this deck works really, really well. You're generally going to be cycling Skeletons and Ice Spirits anyway, so you're going to get to those evolutions kind of for free. Whereas the Valkyrie and the Executioner, you're going to be getting those as well. And generally, like what I said before, cards that you're playing, the evolution cards that you're playing, you want to be cycling them as much as you can. And the way that this deck works is it lets you cycle the Skeletons and Ice Spirit anyway, so it's not like you're really getting bad traits. Wow. Clash Royale does not like me today. I just played into a bad matchup, and now we are playing against someone with a freaking P.E.K.K.A. and a Fisherman. So those are the 2 first cards that we saw. It's kind of funny. Anyway, we're going to go Skellies here to pull back the P.E.K.K.A., and we'll see how this goes. If you didn't know that Executioner placement can be clutch, and I think I'm in a good spot because I do have Tornado here, so we'll go for that. Then we'll Ice Spirit to pull back the P.E.K.K.A. a little bit, and we'll freeze everything. So that mechanic is something that a lot of people are like less comfortable with, so you don't have to play this deck. That's why I did say it was a little bit harder to play than the other ones, but you'll see a pretty big outplay in this game. I will beat someone with a Fisherman and a P.E.K.K.A., so no matter what you really match into with this, it's going to have more room to breathe. Whereas, you know, if you're playing the Mega Knight deck, I'm sure I could have maybe won the last game, but I didn't play perfect, you know, and it's hard to play against those decks and have the potential for outplay compared to this, where I will be able to outplay this guy probably most of the match, if not all of it. We'll see. So I definitely do want to log this so we don't lose the game off of that recruit, but yeah, recruits are strong too. We'll definitely showcase some other decks with that. I love playing Royal Recruits. Supercell matchmaking hates you. It's fine, man. We'll win this game. I'm pretty hyped for it. Honestly, like, I like playing Clash Royale matches where we get rougher matchups, because then you guys will be like, oh, the deck sucks. And I'll be like, not really. Like, you know, this is probably the harder matchup that we'll get, and we'll still win it, right? That's always a vibe. So really good rocket value hitting the evolved P.E.K.K.A. too. And I bet you he loses everything here to... Not going to. I have to Ice Spirit, and maybe we can clutch up. Alright, so I'll go Skellies here. We're going to take a little bit of damage, but it's fine. I want to maybe go for a Hog Rider here too. And the Skellies are good for sure. They should be able to get near the tower-ish. I don't know if they will entirely, but kind of was hoping they would. We can't use Log or we're going to get cooked against the Goblin Barrel, so see what he does. Just going to drop it on the other side, so that's interesting. The recruits are not going to be that big of a problem, especially when we have Executioner and Valkyrie, but it is a little bit of a nuisance to play against someone that plays like this. I mean, genuinely, all of his cards are just kind of funny. Yikes, Spirit! I don't have to Log or Rocket anymore! Yo, that was clutch! Okay, this is a little bit scary. Definitely not where we wanted to be, but defense is locked. If you guys didn't know, the Executioner in that position is pretty freaking good. So GG. I was just planning on using the Executioner on defense against the Goblin Barrel to flex and show you guys, but man, that Firecracker. The other thing is, keeping track of card cycles for the opponent might be a little bit more challenging because there are 4 evolution. Bro, I hate Evil Wall Breakers, says Gatler. Yeah, I know, Evil Wall Breakers are so good. What do you think the most underrated Pokemon game? Personally, I think Ultra Sun and Moon. I don't know. I haven't really been playing that many Pokemon games themselves. I like the mystery dungeons a lot, but the mystery dungeons, they just have plot on plot on plot, and you have to like skip through the text, and it's a lot, you know? For me, I don't know. I like the mystery dungeons a lot. I also love Ruby, but I don't know if Ruby was underrated or not. I think the older Pokemon games are so much better than the newer ones. I think the newer ones are just super easy and not as fun. You know, I don't like all the fact that it's a children's game. I want it to be adult skill level, you know? Anyway, we are playing against someone that's running Expo. There's no doubt about it. I second, why are you up? If you don't know, I do these challenges every single time the second they go live. So if you guys want to see me beat the challenges, definitely leave a like on the video. It goes a long way. Lets me showcase some of the top decks for these challenges every time. And yeah, I love doing that for you guys. Love seeing you guys win and have success in the challenges. Try to be there for y'all and help everyone out. Anyway, we're going to rocket here. This is kind of a stupid rocket. I don't think the Valk's going to give us that much more. But he did kind of overcommit there with the Tesla, so I went for it. There's a high likelihood that he just exposed me because he is going to be up a little bit of Elixir. But it doesn't necessarily matter that much. I could go for Skeletons to block the Archer hit, but I don't really care. I'd rather get more damage. He's got damage on the left side, so I expect him to go there instead. We're going to go in for a Valkyrie and then also an Executioner, and hopefully just line everything up beautifully for our Exy. And that should be a clean shutdown on that Expo. So I might just go in for a Hog Rider on the right side. If I'm starting your own channel, just do what you enjoy, and then hopefully people will watch you. It's not necessarily like the easiest thing in YouTube in 2025. It's kind of hard to get discovered. Man, I guess I have some funny stuff that I'll tell you guys. I started a different channel and different stuff. On other platforms, they actively only care about rage bait. So I posted a terrible video, like an absolutely awful short. But because it was engaging, because a lot of people commented on it, they promoted it. And I was just like, that's whack. Like, if something's bad, it shouldn't get promoted a lot. But that's not how the world works. And the attention-grabbing media sphere, if something is something that people will comment and engage on, then people want the platform to be used as much as possible. So if people are using the platform, then the short or the video generally does better. And it's kind of funny to me because I don't like that, but that's social media these days, you know? It's not entirely YouTube. I think YouTube does a good job knowing if something has a positive sentiment or not. But some other platforms don't even care about the sentiment. They just care about making money. So kind of funny. All right, we're going to go for a log here because I do think we kill the Archer with that. And I can just chuck rockets at him at this point. So again, what I was talking about is the utility of the cards. If there are cards that have more utility, then generally they will be used in a different way, right? Like the fact that we are playing utility-based gameplay here instead of trying to truly finesse him with cards that necessarily will give us more value. It's interesting, you know, it's a little bit different. Also, yeah, we played that perfectly. I think I played that really well. The utility of the rocket, even though it's not evolved, I'm just trying to rocket cycle to finish the game faster. I do not want to rocket right now, though. I think I'm going to rocket on defense. Or just kill everything. Yeah, I think I just do that, and then Ice Spirit Hog Rider. And when the Hog Rider jumps, it resets on the Executioner. So you guys just notice that. That is a bit of a difference that a lot of people don't know. I'm going to chuck a rocket at him, because even if he gets damage, it doesn't really matter. Oh, he dropped in the wrong spot. Oh, I didn't realize that he did that. I'm just going to Valk here on defense. It's probably one of the best, highest health cards, and it's so freaking thick. So I can log and maybe even Executioner here and get a really clean victory. Even though this guy has Expo, and usually Expo is kind of annoying, if you do have a deck like ours, I genuinely think that Expo won't do that much damage, and it won't ever be that scary. The only downside about it is when you're playing against Expo games, games will take a fat minute. They will take a little bit of your life span. Hey, we got the new banner. That's cool. The Armored Aviator. Armored Aviator. Yeah, everyone like us, just want good decks for the challenge. Don't want to like and appreciate the efforts he's putting in for us. That's no, you don't have to worry about it, man. I mean, you guys actually owe me nothing. You don't have to like the video. It definitely helps me. But you don't, you like, I'll never complain about that stuff. Either you guys like it or you don't, and it's all good. I just remind people if they want to support me, you're able to. At least that's the way that I look at things is, a lot of times people are very entitled to stuff. I'm not entitled to this channel. I'm not entitled to like anything, you know? I'll do as much work as I want on it, and I'll try my hardest. But yeah, no, ultimately, like, I can hope for the best, and I can put in my best efforts, but, you know, yeah, like, force people to do that stuff for you. I don't know. That's one of the things that triggers me as well, is, like, people feel super entitled to a lot of stuff. I don't like that. I'm not about that life ever. Can you make a masterclass on minor wall breakers with Magic Archer? I like minor wall breakers, but I don't really want to do a masterclass on that. Those videos take a ton of time, and generally, they're not very fun to create for me. So I try not to do them too often. I did them a while back. All right. Evo Recruit spam is goated. Yeah, Evo Recruits are fun. We'll definitely have a deck on that next. I did want to showcase this first. I wanted to showcase some of the strategies a little bit earlier, and then we'll show Recruits soon. All right, so I think I'm okay here. I could have definitely dropped a better placement with the Executioner here, so it wouldn't have gotten hit by the Firecracker. But it's not that big of a deal. It should just kill the Mega Knight. And then, you know, we're not going to activate King Tower, unfortunately. Or did we earlier? I don't remember. Doesn't really matter, though. Should just be able to go Skellies here, and then evolve Ice Spirit and pull the Mini P.E.K.K.A. Then Hog Rider on defense again, so we just do multiple layers of pulls. Yeah, we did activate King Tower. Oops, forgot about that. That's fine. I could have pre-logged. Should have. This guy's got Skeleton Army and Mega Knight. He's just the ultimate mid-ladder menace. The other cool thing about this deck is you can do dual lane pressure. So if you go like Valkyrie here, and we go evolve Skelly split, we can also just go Ice Spirit, some other stuff if we want, and do this. Like, I kind of like this a lot because more often than not, you wouldn't expect this to work, but it does, so run it. Skelly won't reach the tower because of the Firecracker, but fine. Not like it matters that much. You guys know the deal. Do this. Skelly's here. Ice Spirit again. Just pull it back. Log the real one. The other one just dies. Doesn't matter. And then we can, like, pull back the Valkyrie if we want with the Hog Rider. Unfortunately, he's going to Skeleton Army, and I think I have to NATO it. It's not really going to work. Oh, you Mega Knights. I didn't think you would do that. That's kind of funny. That means we get a hit. I didn't expect him to fumble like that. Kind of should have, but it is what it is. Oh, we can pull this closer, so then the Mega Knight doesn't jump, and then we get extra damage from our Evolved Executioner. If you didn't know, Evolved Executioner does more damage, and it does a pushback when units are closer to it. So it's generally better to actually get it within vicinity. Oh, the beautiful Rocket of Doom. Hell yeah. I like that Goblin is just giving him the peace out emote. So as you can see, this deck is definitely more difficult. I wouldn't recommend this for most people. But if you want to have fun with it, it is a good deck to play. And obviously will not lead you astray. You will win your games if you play this even remotely well. Also, let's pre-log on the Skeleton Army just to flex on him a little bit, just for the fun of it. Yes, sir. That's what's up. So, GG. I was that guy who plays Expo, the dark side. GG, bro. Yeah, GG, man. Expo is probably not something I would recommend in this challenge. If you're trying to play a higher skill deck, I think this Rocket Cycle deck with Evolve Valkyrie is so good. I think this is incredibly clean. Probably one of the better decks in Clash Royale right now, too. If you play it at a high level, you can just use Evolve Valkyrie and Evolved Executioner. I really, really like it. Anyway, next deck is another low skill deck. We're like swapping between high skill, low skill, you know, you guys can pick your poison. Man, I really thought that I wouldn't play against a deck that would counter this. But, you know, I got to eat my own words. Like, you know, the Mega Knight deck, it didn't do it for me, you know. I actually lost against someone, so it means that the deck does have a bit more weaknesses than I thought. It is what it is. This is a really solid strategy. You can run Goblin Demolisher, or you can run Boss Bandit. I personally, or even Golden Knight, I personally prefer the Goblin Demolisher right now, just because on defense, it does have utility. So when it explodes, it'll kill a lot of cards that are nearby for like those type of moments where you just want to sit back, kick it, relax, vibe. It's nice. So I really, really like playing this deck as well, because again, your utility with the Barb Barrel and the arrows, you're not really going to want to drop them very often. You're going to drop like wall breakers, archers, all of the cards that you drop here, pretty reliable to cycle. So the other stuff that I have in my deck, I just don't even want to drop. I'm just going to keep going for Goblin Cages, drop like 4 cards in my deck. Oh, okay. In this specific moment, I guess I'll Barb Barrel because I'm getting a ton of value. Oh, wait, I see an air card. I guess I'm going to drop extra stuff. Makes sense. I'm going to arrows because I do kill the Musketeer. Makes sense for me to do that. Sure, he's going to go in for a really good play and get a ton of damage on me, but I don't really care that much. I'm going to go for recruits. I have Evolved Goblin Cage. I have a lot of stuff going at him because he's down a bunch of Elixir. We're kind of getting it all back there. So we've identified what he's playing. It's Lumberjack Balloon Cycle. We know that we want to get Evolved Archers. Also super want to get Evolved Recruits. This next push is what we're trying to gear up for. I don't really care about recruits. I really care about these Evolved Archers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in for regular recruits in the back. Then I'm going to go for archers. I'm going to line up for the next push that I'll get. This push right now, we don't necessarily care about. We're optimally just trying to trade evenly. If I can trade evenly and snipe this Musketeer, then I'm in a very good spot. So I'm going to go for a Fly Machine here. This is a really aggressive play, but I think it locks Musketeer, and that's all we wanted. Because if the Musketeer dies, then his entire push is forfeit. I could arrows on this as well to kill the bats, just to guarantee that it's still going to stay alive. And that was beautiful. That has to be 0 health. That has to be 0 health. And now we have a good card cycle. We have Evolved Goblin. Well, we don't have a perfect card cycle. After I drop these wall breakers, we have a good card cycle. Because the Evolved Goblin Cage, Evolved Archers, it cleans up all this stuff. Doesn't have anything for that. So he's going to balloon me right now. Is he ready to get caged? Don't think he wants this, but we're going to do it. So I usually wouldn't do this, but I want to set up for a potential balloon. Didn't know if he was going to. Nothing else really made sense to cycle. I can go in for Royal Recruits, and we can gear up so we have all the evolutions together. Evolved Archer split like this is beautiful because it can snipe things in the middle like you guys just saw. And if you, again, I do think that arrows are an auto-include in most of the decks in these challenges because a lot of the evolutions straight up die to arrows. So I super like it. We expect him to go and spam in the right side, so I'm going to get ready. I'm going to actually go for the Demolisher here. As weird as it might be, I do like it a lot. So it might even hit and splash onto his stuff. And he could have freeze. I'm going to get ready with the archers or arrows if it gets closer. Doesn't do anything, so we're chilling. Unfortunately, he does end up getting a really good interaction with the Musketeer. Do you guys hear that voice crack? It was pretty spicy. I'm going to go archers here. I'm going to get back to another Fly Machine because I expect him to go in there. Would not make sense for him to do anything else. And instead of going in for anything, I'm just going to be playing safe. And then going for the Goblin Cage, pulling back the balloon. Guaranteeing that it doesn't hurt me that much. The Musketeer is obnoxious, though. I'm not going to lie. I hate playing against those Musketeers. We are getting to Archer's Evolution yet again soon, so that is good. I need to get back to a Barb Barrel to clean up that Musketeer. And Barb Barrel is really good against Witches as well, which is one of the downsides of this deck. So it's kind of important to have that. I just expect him to continuously go for balloons, so I'm just going to play with him and make that happen and go for our Goblin Cage to pull everything back, so the splash damage will hopefully kill his stuff. Really good stuff. We're going to go for wall breakers here. Could have dropped it all together. Doesn't really matter that much to me. The wall breakers will force out a snowball. Solid, honestly. And I can go Barb Barrel again on the Musketeer. I'm kind of hoping to hit an Ice Spirit as well if we're lucky. Or hit that is even better. Ooh, that kind of sucked. Wait, that really sucked. I think I'm still in an okay spot, but a little bit of brain rot. A little bit of brain rot for me. I do have to go arrows on this. I don't know if we're okay. Oh, this is a clench. That was scary. A little bit scary, guys. Not gonna lie. Even Musketeer has been hurting me today. Go Barb Barrel. Oh! I misclicked. I was a Barb Barrel. Oh my gosh. Did I fumble? Did I just lose? Damn it, I just lost. I just lost. I meant to drop a Barb Barrel, and that was not a Barb Barrel, guys. If that was a Barb Barrel, I won the game. Man, it's 2:49 a.m. and I just misclicked so hard. Really good deck. But if you just want to make it close for content, if you want to play more games like me, guys, apparently you can throw down a freaking flying machine and expect it to be a barbell. Okay, for the rest of the challenge, we're totally gonna lock in. That was not good. Do you like cats? Yeah. I am fortunately not allergic to cats, but I am unfortunately allergic to doing good placements of my flying machine. Oh my gosh, how did I think that was a barbell, man? I saw it. I saw it in my brain and I was like, that's a barbell. And then it was not a barbell. That was definitely not a barbarian barrel. I barrel rolled out of the game with a loss, guys. I did do that. That was a little bit of brain rot. Get some brain rot in the chat, guys. I don't even know what we're doing at this point. That was so bad. Why not Evo Bats? You don't need Evo Bats in this deck. Evo Bats you want to be using in decks that have some type of tank that you can either utilize either Miner or Mega Knight or something along those lines. Evo Archers are going to be better with cards that are going to need that distance and damage. Unfortunately, I won that last game and I literally dropped the wrong card. Holy hell, did I mess that up? That fly machine, I cannot believe I did that. I actually cannot believe I messed that up. I completely won that game and then I fumbled. All right, we're just playing way more aggro right now. We're ready to steamroll, so we're just going to win a couple games with this deck, and then we'll switch to the very last deck of the day. Evo Dark Goblin, yes. I have a very fun Evolved Dark Goblin deck afterward. Hog EQ good. I play Hog Rider Rocket in the last few games I played. I like that a lot more. I was behind the live earlier. You spoke about Rage Bait as a good way to push content on platforms. I hate stuff that get pushed out in algorithm as much as Rage Bait. I hate it too, man. I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm just saying, like, that's just an observation that I realized. It is awful. Like, my worst... I cannot believe how bad the content was. I just put it out there because I was like, we made it anyway. I'm trying to grow this new, like, media platform. And I wanted it to grow. So it was my completely new channel. It was just like, this is awful. I woke up and I was like, this has 40,000 views. And then I started getting texts from my friends. They're like, your Pokemon channel made it my For You page. I'm like, what? Why? This was awful. Like, this was a garbage piece of content. So it was just really funny to have that happen. So something that totally did not deserve views got views. And then the something that we spent a lot of time and effort and, you know, care and consideration editing, it got 1,000 views, where the other one's at 40,000 views, and it's continuing to grow. Dude, I don't know. It could end up with at 100,000 views or 1 million views. Like, at this rate that it's growing on a channel that has 0 followers was insane. It was actually crazy. So, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen there, but dumb. Got a Pokemon channel? Yeah, I do. Yeah, my Pokemon channel, it wasn't on YouTube, but different platform. My Pokemon channel is SirTagCR if you guys want to follow there. I do a lot more content there. That's why I like the Evo Goblin Cage. Evo Goblin Cage is good. I wouldn't recommend doing Rage Bait and stuff like that because it's not good. It's not good for the community. It's not good for anything. But generally, doing things that people will interact with, that is something that you guys can do. So if you're creating content that creates people to engage with it, like tier lists, because everyone's going to be like, oh, your tier list is bad, or like, no, your tier list should be having X, Y, and Z. Then like people will comment, and then because people comment, whatever, interact with it, then it'll grow and it'll be better. Anyway, we're going to play really well for these rest of the games because I did not lock in the last game, and I actually lost. It was so bad, man. The first game that I lost, I was like, that's understandable. The last game with the flying machine sacrifice. Guys, I cannot believe I did that. I'm still here sitting in utter, I don't know, shock? I don't know. Maybe we'll never know. Same thing with me. I got capped at 600 to 1,200 views and then 33K on Rage Bait. It's so dumb because your Rage Bait content was probably so bad. And like for me, it wasn't even supposed to be Rage Bait, man. It wasn't even supposed to be Rage Bait. It's just a trash video that I decided to put out on a different channel that I was like, you know, my editor made this. I'll just use it because I feel bad not using it. I was almost not even uploading it. It's funny. Anyway, we're going to go for wall breakers here, and this is looking bad-ish for him, but not like terrible, unfortunately. We want it to be really bad for him. Mega Knight plus like Tesla is funny, and Evolved Goblin Cage is so good into Mega Knight and P.E.K.K.A. It is phenomenal. Evolved Goblin Cage is actually straight up gas. It cleans up Mega Knights. Pretty much does everything you need. So it's good. It's good. All right. I'm going to go in for Evolved Archers here in the middle. I'm going to split them. He'll probably go in for a Mega Knight, and we want to snipe it and kill it. Okay, this is fine as well. If we can kill the Evolved... Ooh. The Evolved Valkyrie is kind of annoying as well. I guess we can do this and then maybe just kill it. I don't know how this goes. Not good. That is, spoiler alert, not good. Fine. We can still go for wall breakers here, and if you didn't know, you can go for Goblin Cage, and it full counters the Hog Rider if you drop it the right timing and placement. I did not, but, you know, the sentiment is what matters. He's going to Mega Knight left. I should have oriented 4 of them to the right side. It's fine, though. Should Mega Knight. I think he's going to Mega Knight. He doesn't have Valkyrie back in cycle, so he's going to Mega Knight, and he's going to take a ton of damage. So this is looking really, really good, and obviously I'm going to arrows those, because they're going to be Vampire Bats, and they're going to suck for me, literally. So we did 1,000,000 damage. Even this guy had Mega Knight and Valkyrie. A lot of you guys will probably be like, oh, Jake, your deck sucks. You can't beat Mega Knight Valkyrie. Watch me. So I'm so glad we played against this, because the deck that I lost against is the one that's like one I should be beating. I don't think any of you guys will be like, yeah, Jake, I have a problem with Balloon. I have Archers, Goblin Cage. I lose against Balloon. No one's going to say that. There's going to be a single person in the chat that's like, I can't beat Balloon with this deck. It's all going to be like Mega Knight Valkyrie is going to be the thing I lose to 1,000,000 times. I'm like, I got it. Easy. Look, this guy had Wizard too. Imagine fumbling like one of the easier matchups on a tutorial of how to play the deck. I'm doing great, guys. I'm doing great. I love that these challenges come out when I do the night shift work, because I always do them on breaks. So thank you for grinding for us. Yeah, I got you. All right. Anyway, I like this deck a lot. I think it's S tier. I could go back to that if I wanted to. I'll play one more game with it because I did lose one. I'll switch to the last deck at the end. Fart Goblin best. Fart Goblin is unmatched. What do you think the best design, most creative Evo is, and what is Evo is your favorite? My favorite evolution right now to play is Evolved Archers. I really, 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 really like them. From an aesthetic standpoint, I like the Executioner because when it shoots, it throws his axe, and then it lights up his tattoo on his arm. So that's cool. I also don't like any of the healing evolutions. I think those all suck. They're really bad for the game, and they're really poorly designed. They're uninspired, is what I would say. I like Archers because they can fit in most decks. They're really playable in most situations. I like the fact that they're kind of unique. They have a premise where the longer the range, the more damage they do. I just like stuff like that, and hopefully they can continue to incorporate new cool stuff like that. But I don't have too much faith in the team. I just hope that they do things that I like. But it hasn't really happened recently. All right. Well, I think one wall breaker will not connect, unfortunately, but could have been good. I was hoping he'd zap outside of the radius. If he zaps outside of the radius, he zaps like before they cross the bridge, then one wall breaker does connect. But if you zap like after the wall breakers are in radius of the Princess Tower, then yeah, I don't get the value we want. He could Mega Knight on the right, but it's double elixir where we really get screwed. In single elixir, he's not going to get a good trade. Like, he's going to take damage, usually. And one of the reasons the Demolisher is in this deck is because, well, we really do not like playing against Evolved Witch, and Demolisher does well here, so. I like Demolisher a lot in Royal Recruit stacks, and I have been enjoying this, so we're vibing here. It's going to explode and kill the Witch, so chilling. Not even a problem here. If I do this, not great. We want to get the Diddy Cage here. We want to get the Goblin Cage rolling. And if we get the Goblin Cage, we can do pretty well because we're going to get the evolution. It kills Mega Knight. So usually that's what I want to do. He zaps, which is interesting. Now he's going to definitely Mega Knight into the Goblin Cage. He's going to Mega Knight right side now, away from the Witch. He's going to Mega Knight on that. 1,000,000%, right? Seriously, you're just going to eat the damage? That's insane. That's kind of crazy. I didn't think he would do that. I think that's just a bad decision on his end. It's funny, but it is bad. We will take it. And then, of course, we're going to arrows, and then we're going to go Diddy Cage here. And he just pulls it in. So, yeah, as you guys can see, this deck is really well built. It pretty much beats anything that you would be scared about. And if you don't like Mega Knight, because everyone and their mother is going to be playing Mega Knight in this challenge, you don't have to worry because you just use Goblin Cage. And it just, you know, it does things. It does things. It's very, very free. I will not lose this game. So I'm going to go for a Barb Barrel here. And then I will go for the Demolisher. And then we should be good on defense. I do have arrows as well to clean up the Firecracker if that's a problem, which it shouldn't be. And then in Cage, we'll pull everything back. We get another Barb Barrel here. Very, very clean up. So the only scary thing is if this Witch doesn't die and then it heals up and then kills me, but I don't think that's happening. Not after the nerf to it, you know. There are wall breakers down here. The Witch dies in a one-on-one against the Demolisher. One of the reasons why I like the card a lot in this challenge compared to a Boss Bandit or a Golden Knight, which forces you to pop the ability. This is just objectively like better in every way, shape, and form. For arrows here, he's probably going to go use minions or something if I had to guess. So let's go in for archers and just make a prediction. Okay, he didn't do what I thought he would, but it's fine. Doesn't really matter. Chuck more wall breakers at him. We're Chuck E. Cheese in him out here. And yeah, as you can see, I'm completely in control of this game. This is ours to lose, which we hopefully don't lose. I think I'm up a little bit. Or like arrows, a dark goblin, or firecracker. Whatever he wants to do. Wherever it may be. That's a witch. That's not what we thought. My brain lagged a little bit and I still did it. That's kind of funny that I full sent it there. It doesn't matter though, because I can Barbaro, and that cleans up the annoying card. And then we can just demolish her on this and be okay. And then cage if we want, so we can keep the archer alive. And I think the archer actually unironically just takes him out, like for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and we'll be the winner. The archer is just going to straight up solo the Mega Knight, and then we can go wall breakers left side. This is an annoying game because he has Mega Knight and Evolve Witch and a lot of like, you know, good cards at killing our bait stuff. So I do think that even though Royal Recruits are very easy to play, I think some of the games could take longer than you would want. So just keep that in mind if you are playing this deck. Despite it being like a pretty free win, you're not going to lose against the Mega Knight deck unless you're fully stupid like me. You will win. It just takes a little bit of time. So be okay playing longer games in these types of situations. I also just jumped into another game by accident. My bad. It is what it is. Just buy the battle pass and you'll get to 9k easy. I wouldn't recommend doing that, man. Don't buy the battle pass. Perfect to watch the SirTag stream before getting screwed by the semester and exam. No, dude, you got this. I believe in you. I believe in you. I mean, if you didn't study, it's going to be harder. But like, you know, always take the time to really care about your academics, because then it gets you a better job, makes everything in life easier. Then life is on easy mode. You get like a software engineering job and you're making bank. All right, wait, this is a little bit sketch. He could fireball me. I don't think he's going to fireball me, but he could be balling. He could be balling on an entirely different budget. All right, we're still okay here. I don't really want arrows. I'd rather go for wall breakers and then keep our stuff healthy-ish. We can pull back the lumberjack. That'd be awesome. Did he actually just eat 1 billion damage and not care? Like, I am so confused on how these people play. He just spammed everything into me. And as you can see, like, the Demolisher on defense is extremely underrated. I really, really hyper enjoy playing Goblin Demolisher. I think it is, like, criminally underrated right now in the game. On a defensive position, when opponents are spamming into you, and you drop it on defense, and it has nice splash damage, and then it also explodes, like, as a mini giant skeleton for 4 elixir. Damn, that hits hard, man. I'm telling you guys, y'all should not be sleeping on that card. If you're sleeping on it, you might have some nightmares. Also, I think I can fly machine on his fly machine here, and I'm kind of okay. Maybe not the best, but it is what it is. Also, we kind of want to use firecracker counters. I don't know if he's going to have firecracker. I kind of want to Barbaro it if he does. A lot of these people with clone have it. Back of the clone's my guy. The arrows here early, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. We need our flying machine to counter his flying machine. If he clones this, it is going to kind of cook me, but luckily that targets towers, so he doesn't get to cook me. If my fly machine died, then that would have been scary, but he's going to lose his tower 100% against the fly machine, so good spot. Oh, damn, that was a really dumb Goblin Demolisher. Like, top 10 worst Goblin Demolishers I think I've ever done. It might not even hit tower. Okay, it does hit tower. Buying Battle Pass worth, or just for flexing? I don't think that the Battle Pass is, like, something that's bad if you're going to spend money on the game, but if you're not spending money on the game, you should not do that. All right, we're going to do this, and we're going to full send it. I could use Evolve Wall Breakers on defense as well, but I'm just going to full send the arrows. And then Barbaro other side. And then we're fine. Like, this is totally okay for me. Wall Breakers exploding is good. It's going to give me more time, more leeway. And we're going to throw down the Demolisher because I think it will die. It's just going to be funny, methinks. It's going to be funny, methinks. And we chuck a little Chuck E. Cheese here, and then we go in for archers, and then we win. This was not even remotely close. Very easy victory here, as you guys can see. SirTag, do you like Goblin Giant Sparky in this meta? Dude, I thought you were going to say, like, Goblin Giant Slaw. Like, you know, you chop it up. Dude, I don't want Goblin Giant. I hate Goblin Giant. You're pretty quiet today. Any chance of bumping the mic volume up? Not really. I mean, it is 3:04 a.m., so a little bit degen hours for me. But, dude, I wish I played this deck the entire way through. What am I doing? I have a job interview in 2 hours. I wish you the best, brother. You're going to kill it. You're going to kill it. 100 OP. All right, so the last deck of the day is the highest skill one. This one is my favorite. This is my favorite. It's always running Cannoneer, so you can defend against beatdown. and you are literally cheesing your opponents with wall breakers and throwing Dark Goblins at them, and then maybe like you're just spamming evolution cards. The Knight is usually Boss Bandit, but in this specific deck, it isn't. This is my favorite deck. This is by far my favorite deck. I would recommend this if you guys want to have a good time. So I think I can beat anything in the game with this. And I think that no matter what I play against, I'll win. So that's fun. I did not feel that confident with the Mega Knight deck, but I thought I would win most of the time. So it was kind of funny that I lost. It was kind of sad. I was like, damn, I didn't expect that, but it is what it is, you know? It be what it be. I get to cycle cards that are evolved today, so we're gonna have a fun time. We're just gonna keep chucking evolution cards at you. And I like Knight in here because it is really cheap, so it'll allow you to defend against a lot of Mega Knights. That's gonna explode on the tower, I think. Oh, damn, it didn't. So if we go Dark Goblin here, it will snipe the cannon, even in the inside placement. All right, we're definitely gonna do that. And we're also gonna go Log here. And then we're gonna go Spear Goblins, pull the Lumberjack a little bit. Ice Spirit in case you want to go in for a spell, which you didn't do. I can also go Wall Breakers, but I expect him to maybe go for a spell on the Ice Spirit. So if he does, I don't want to mess with it. Now we're going to go Wall Breakers here. We could go Chuck a Sus Bush on the other side. Usually I don't Chuck Sus Bushes, but I know that I'm going to get a good trade. It's going to be a +1 trade. So even though it's not an evolution, still pretty good for me. So I can't pass up on that opportunity. And we're going to go Dark Goblin early because we know we can go and pull his Valkyrie. And maybe he'll miss a spell if we're lucky. Chuck a Knight here. Dark Goblin will lock tower unless he goes Skeletons. And he's not going to do that. We can also go for an Evolved Ice Spirit, which will hit really hard. This is essentially fireball damage for 1 elixir if that locks onto the tower, and of course it does. We're going to log on the Dark Goblin, hit the Skeletons as well, go for more wall breakers, get a cannon for a +1 elixir trade here. If he goes in for anything else, that's even better for me, so we'll take it. I can go for a Spear Goblins, probably Fire Spirit. Oh, I suck. It was really, really bad. I think I have to go for an Evolved Knight, or that Lumberjack will just haunt my day and ruin my life. Luckily, we get to pull that back, though. If you guys didn't know, you can still stop the Lumberjack. When it spawns, it will retarget onto something new. So that's always good. We did that for your guys' enjoyment, right? We did that for a quality moment where we could talk about stuff. Not really. I expected him to go Dark Goblin, so I made a prediction with the Fire Spirit. Did not happen. Unfortunate. Fire Spirit might allow us to get extra damage. Oh my gosh. That is criminal that we stole that amount of damage. Oh, one thing that's fun is cycling Suspicious Bush in the back when you're up elixir. And then, yeah, you get a good trade. That's a Canier, cutting him down. I think that we can Dark Goblin here without too much fear. And he doesn't have Dark Goblin in cycle for another couple cards, so we're chilling. And that is a dead Lumberjack. He's going to be a couple cards off. You know what? I would love to make a prediction on his Dark Goblin and make a pre-log, but I'm not about it. Kind of wanted to, but I'm not about it, you know. I'm not that high skill. I can't finesse those, can I? Nah, we could do it. It's just not something I'm about in this game specifically. All right, we're going to go log this. Kills everything. He's definitely going to go Hog Rider on the right side, but we're just going to Ice Spirit, Dark Goblin, and completely clean up. His log doesn't reach that far, you know. His log isn't that long is what I'm trying to say, guys. A little bit disrespectful, but it had to be said. It had to be said. So yeah, GG. GG. Is it okay to use Can instead of Goblin Cage? No. Definitely not. Not even close. I mean, the deck that I wouldn't recommend is the first deck, actually. Like, man, I really thought that'd work. I tried to cook. I tried to cook, guys. It's not actually that good. Man, I can't believe that Mini P.E.K.K.A. Damn. That ruined it. It ruined it. So we only have 3 really good decks for the challenge today. I do think that this one is by far the most fun one, though. Let's get it. Y'all should never let me live down that moment where I sacrifice my fly machine, though. I think you guys have to roast me for at least the next 5 or 6 videos, always reminding me about my fly machine. I flew to a loss, guys. I flew to a loss real fast. Anyway, that Dark Goblin is dead. Recycle Knight in the back. Make sure we don't leak any elixir. And we can go Wallbreaker Split, but I kind of want to go for Dual Lane Pressure, to be honest. So we'll go and do that here. We already have the Knight doing something, so that's good. We got a log. I kind of want to drop Dark Goblin. We'll see what happens. Oh, he's actually just eating that damage. That is insane. Wow, he's a Royal Recruits player. Kind of makes more sense now. He's one of us. He's one of us. He spams like a savage. So one of the downsides of this deck, I'm sure you guys are about to witness it. It is not great when you only have Cannoneer. So it does miss a Skelly. You're going to take a lot of damage. The Fire Spear in the back gives it a little bit more jumping distance, so it will generally do better for you. Royal Recruits decks are just really easy to play, so it is kind of fun to be able to beat it, hopefully, today. We'll see. Dark Goblin should be good here. I get Ice Spirit on the other side. I could log if I wanted, but I'd rather just go Spear Goblins because it gives us more counter push. I try to get a Knight down in front. Spear Goblins, oh my gosh, he is unbelievably dead now. He's going to go guards, and we're going to Fire Spirit log, I hope. Oh, come on. Come on, man. If the log hit and then the Fire Spirit cleaned and then the Dark Goblin stayed alive, I would have went ballistic, bro. We were clip farming. We were clip farming. That's sad, man. We didn't even get to clip farm today. It was too easy. But yeah, this deck is really, really good. I would recommend it. It's played at the top 200 in the world consistently, and I did make a full-length video on it. So if you want to see how this deck works without all the evolutions, because you don't get to assemble 4 evolutions typically in a Clash Royale deck. It's only Exodia in this specific challenge, but you know, in regular Clash Royale, you get to cut a few. It's not that many. I should have Fire Spirit first and then logged after, because then it would have killed, I think, the breakers afterward. It's fine, though. We're just going to let this go. It doesn't really matter too much to me. I'm okay with it today. We're just going to log you away. Actually, I'd rather go Knight. It's more fun that way. And then I can go... Let's see how many towers I can take here, actually. Let's keep it interesting. Let's keep it interesting for me. Can I take a second tower? I want to go wall breakers if I want to do that. So let's go do here. This. Vicious Bush. So we got to start doing more damage because this isn't enough for me. All right, we're going to go for a Fire Spirit here. And then I got to get a Knight down probably on the Skeleton Barrel. So then the Skeleton Barrel skeletons don't hurt me too much. All right, we got to take a second tower, as I said before. We want to take 2. The Dark Goblin is going to be a bit of a menace, but I think we're okay. We got wall breakers. We got Knight. I want the Knight to tank for the Bush Goblins. Oh, no. It's going to be close. Do I get 2 towers? Come on, man. I got like 600 HP on the next one. Damn. The Suspicious Bush is sneaking past. It's going to reach upon the tower, but we don't grab the last one. It's all good. We take the W. Definitely make sure, guys, if you want to see this deck in action and see how I won 36 games in a row, I was able to win a lot of games on my way to Ultimate Champion. I won 5 games in a row for, you know, content. And then I also won a challenge 12-0. So if you want to see basically how I played after and with that deck, check it out in the pinned comment. It showcases this log bait deck in its fullest potential. And damn, is it a fun deck. So typically it is going to be played with the Boss Bandit here, but you could also play it a little bit differently and run Mighty Miner. So Mighty Miner and Boss Bandit both work. Whichever one you have higher level is optimal. Obviously, Boss Bandit is stronger. It is overpowered. It does deserve a little bit of a nerf. But just know that even if Boss Bandit does get a nerf, this deck will still be very solid with Mighty Miner. And hell, even if you wanted to, you might be able to use a Golden Knight. I wouldn't recommend it. I would say Mighty Miner is really close second. Boss Bandit is the best. And then Golden Knight's like that 3rd place that's just in the corner while the number 1 and 2 are duking it out for the 1st and 2nd. That's what you see. And then the 3rd place match is in that little corner and no one watches it. And the Golden Knight won that one. Anyway, this deck will be in the pinned comment if you guys want to check it out. Let me know how the challenge goes for you. And we don't talk about that flying machine anymore, all right? All right? No matter when or where you guys are watching, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Like the video if you want to support me. Feel free to. And I'll see you in the next one. I do these challenges every single time that there's a challenge in the videos. Will be coming out the same hour or 2 that the challenge is released. As you guys can see, I did it at the very, very start. I stay up until 3 a.m. for you guys. Hopefully you enjoy it. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out, Girl Scouts.